Let me do this one more time. So, someone needs to ask the Republican Party, and this is something they've been getting away with for years and years. Why is it acceptable to you to achieve a political win, or an ideological win, or ideological hegemony? Why is it acceptable to you to make U.S. citizens suffer, heap hardship on U.S. citizens, and in some case, kind of like basically kill U.S. citizens to achieve an ideological or political win, or to stay true to your ideological leanings? Someone has to ask the Republican Party that. Why are you willing to kill U.S. citizens, U.S. residents, the people that live in this country, to get a quote unquote win? Why? Why is that something you're willing to leverage? The lives of U.S. citizens and residents here. Why are you willing to leverage that and, in fact, spend those things like there's some kind of cash in order to achieve a political win? Why is it that nothing is too much for you? Why? Why? Now, yeah, the Democrats have all kind of problems. They're not my friends right now. Them 8 Democrats, I want them all fucking primaried. I understand that 2 of them are had announced they weren't going to run for re-election, so that's one thing. But the other 5 need to get their ass put in check. But there's one thing I say about the Democrats: they have not been willing to spend the lives of the U.S. citizens or residents, regardless of their ideology, to achieve a political win. Democrats have never been willing to do that. They have never done so, at least not in the new era, not since the switch. Democrats have never spent the lives of U.S. citizens and people that live in this country to achieve a political end. Republicans, GOP, MAGA, Tea Party, you motherfuckers are willing to do that. Y'all are willing to cause the extreme hardship, distress, and in fact death of millions of Americans if it means that you can say you politically won. If it means that you can point to an ideologically homogenous landscape. And someone needs to ask you motherfuckers, why? It is time the American public starts to look at Republicans with all bullshit aside and look at their track record, look at them for decades. And it is time to, frankly, rid ourselves of this Republican Party. This Republican Party needs to be removed from office, voted out, lobbied against, made socioculturally anathema to the fabric of American society. You all are willing to kill Americans and American residents and citizens and everyone who lives here to achieve some political nirvana. And that right there, you're willing to do so in obeisance to a flagrant fucking con man, felon, just debased person to achieve a political win. Something is wrong with the Republican Party of today, And it's a cancer on the fucking country. And MAGA, all of you motherfuckers need to be excised out of our political machinery. Y'all are murder ideating people. Y'all are murder ideating people. Y'all wish y'all have no problems causing the unaliving of millions of Americans if you can say that you won. Your Führer has no problem with it if he can say he won. This is why this SOB appealed to the Supreme Court to insist on not feeding people. Yeah, I know the Democrats, it looks like they're going to kick, everything's going to work out, and that whole thing is going to be moot, but I'm not going to fucking forget that shit. So I'm going to say, in the midst of all the rage we're feeling right now, Democrats, we need to not forget and not let the Republicans get away with the fact that this party has been willing to kill, heap suffering on, deliberately cause the suffering of Americans to achieve an ideological political goal. They need to be dealt with. We need to remember that. Those of you that say both parties are the same, no, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. Yes, they're funded by the same people, but they are not the fucking same. We need to weed out those who aren't willing to truly fight properly, but I think we need to gut the entire country's political machinery of anyone that identifies as Republican or MAGA really quickly in the near future, starting with 2026. And we need to gut the party of those who don't have the stomach to fight properly. But let me say this. Republicans are willing to cause, exacerbate, impugn, misery, hardship, and in fact death on the American public, on the citizenry, to achieve their political goals, and we need to excise them like a malignant cancerous tumor on the skin from the socio-cultural, socio-political, political, and just we need to excise them from society, period. Make identifying with as they are anathema to anything. I don't want you to be able to get a job if you identify as that. You will get no speaking engagement. People will not publish your books. You will not become a lecturer. You will not be able to work at a law firm because you've associated yourself with these people. You've associated ideology. Enough is fucking enough. This needs to